Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Emotional Response, ER. This is Life Coaching with Ink. Ivory, hello, hello, hello. Yes, we have started the show on a old school but good school beat, Get Money, which was a classic in the 90s, which can still be played in today's world and have the crowd bobbing, dancing, and enjoying it in all races because of the concept, because of the relationship things that went on in the song. A lot of people could relate. And so now, fast forward 2018, we can still look at that song and say, that was a classic, and you could still rock it like you could rock a Stevie Wonder, a Paul McCartney, a Phil Collins. It's so many songs that are dated in the past that we can bring into the present and relate it to our current situation. Because artists back then, they really made their relationship situations a part of their career. They really did. And not that artists don't do it today, but artists more so follow trends. And either way, you're going to make money, but the other way, it's more authentic in my stance. That's just my stance. So today's topic is the bag. The bag. The reason why this is an important topic, because people are losing themselves for the bag. People cannot look at themselves in the mirror. People cannot connect with their family members, their loved ones, because of what they do for the bag. And it's two main songs, and I'm going to gear it towards the hip-hop because I'm a hip-hop fanatic. I love hip-hop. I'm passionate about hip-hop. Hip-hop is ingrained in me. Started when I was a little girl and built me all the way up. From Coogee Rap, Rags to Riches, MC Lyte, Paper Thin, going all the way up to now. And I'm very in tune with hip-hop. But I want to talk about it mainly because of the emotional state of people today when it comes to what they are congesting themselves with. And when I say congesting, they're in excess. They are obese in areas of, I wouldn't say not creative, but toxic. I'll say this: in pursuit of happiness and climbing to a certain level of financial status, it's okay to focus on being financially free. I'm a strong believer in money equating to freedom. And what I mean by that is money gives you access and freedom to do things that if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be able to do it. Not to say it can't be done, because where there's a will, there's a way. Grace and mercy exists to the underdog as well as the superstar. However, if you want to coast in a level of consistent financial stability, money equates to freedom. You have freedom to choose a lot of things that if you did not have the money, you didn't have the freedom to choose. And it goes across on a broad spectrum, whether it's tending to your kids, whether it's purchasing a car, purchasing a home, certain neighborhoods. And people could say evil is everywhere, and that's true. Evil is everywhere. However, it's more prevalent in certain areas. And if you had the financial freedom to expand yourself and be in another area, you would. That's just facts. Let's move the emotional irritation that we feel when we hear facts. There's a level of truth to it. And when we get defensive, it's only out of self-preservation because we think the truth will break us down. And not necessarily, it's your perspective. It can only build you up. It can only build you up. Money equates to freedom, and you can make it a goal. And people for so many years had demonized money. But the key word and knowing the difference between demonizing it and making it a blessing is your love for it. Just because it equals to freedom doesn't mean you have to love it. And love it is a very heavy word, and it has an unconditional statement that says by any means necessary. And some people have standards and they stand for something. And so don't get caught up in the fact that, oh, they're rich, they must have sold their soul. No, some people really stand for things. And you can't take away the fact that they worked hard to get where they got. So I just wanted to dive in and talk about that real quick before we deal with the topic. The bag. Get in the bag. I get the bag. Where the bag at? Your perspective on this bag concept going on is very key with your emotional wellness. It's very key. Many people walk around and they're unhappy, and it's across all social statuses. So you can't think that because they got a lot of money, they're happy, or because they don't got a lot of money, they're unhappy. It could be deeper than that because it's your perspective on every subject. So this subject on the bag. I Get the Bag by Gucci Mane versus Where the Bag At by City Girls. I get the bag. And bag, just for those that are listening and they have children that are listening to these songs and they might be unaware of what's going on, but the bag is basically a lump sum of money. It's more than just a $50 bill. It's more than just a movie date. And let's give this disclaimer. Certain levels of money equate to get in the bag. And some people are walking around in a delusion thinking getting the bag is getting certain things. And they are selling their soul for it. And they're emotionally out of whack. and bound to people that they don't want to be bound to. So perspective is everything with this bag concept. I listen to both songs and I dissect everything. I'm very into lyrics. I'm always into lyrics. And the thing is, where the bag at is a woman, two women proposing. And this is not to come at City Girls in no shape or form, because where the bag at is sung in another form with Nicki Minaj, is sung in another form with Little Kim, is sung in another form with Foxy Brown. It's so many women have talked about the bag in so many shapes or forms, and the bag is in reference to money. And this goes deeper because your identity is not found in your sexuality. And so when you equate your identity to your sexuality, you're signing up for pain that's unforeseen. Pain that's unforeseen based on expectations via you as a female thinking because you extend yourself to a certain level physically, a certain amount of money supposed to be extended to you. And then on the flip side, versus the man extending a certain level of money and him literally having possession over you, thinking that because a certain amount of money he can do and say and tell you how things are going to go. It goes deeper than that. The bag. The bag. You don't want to lose your identity in your sheets. You don't want to lose your identity through your sweat. You don't want to lose your identity through an empty smile. And you don't want to become comfortable with, after extending yourself physically, the person you're intimate with turning to you and giving you a lump sum of money as if that's gratitude or thankfulness for you extending yourself. This is a touchy topic, and I can't tell anyone how to live their life. I just want you to look at the emotional component and the emotional stability of your heart and where you're at when it comes to it. Up front, it might give you access to get things that other girls might not be able to get, or clear payments that other girls might not be able to clear. But on the long run, does it allow you to be free like a lot of other women? Now, I'm digging the crates, but even back towards my grandmother, it was always a stance that when you're